All right, here we go. I think that this is going to be a good one. A tall boy, by the way, so it's a good day. Extra hydrated with the sparkling water. Okay. All right, here we are. I'm just going to tell a little story today. I think I've talked about this before in like a random video, who knows, but... All right, the time that I frickin' was withdrawing from morphine, and I didn't know it. I didn't know what was going on. And so I'm going to share that story with you right now. Okay. Okay, first off, yeah, for this scenario to even be possible, you got to have a few factors going on here. You got to be physically dependent to morphine or enough, enough to go through withdrawal, and you have to be, I don't know, naive enough to be stupid enough to not realize, the pickle you're in, or that there is withdrawal. I mean, I was so young. This was at the very beginning of everything. Okay. So all right, here we are. I'm going to share this story with you. So this is what was going on. So I'm taking morphine, and I'd been dabbling in morphine for a little while. Not, when I say a little while, maybe, I don't know, 6 months or 9 months, I don't know. And I hadn't quite gotten the steady stream of like just where it just like took off, but I could get a solid chunks, okay? And, I would take it sparingly, all right, for a while. And then as I liked it more and more, I'd get it. And then I'd just like, power through it faster and faster and faster. Well, anyway, okay, so here's the deal. So I started taking more and more. I'd get as much as I could. That was the only reason why I was limited at that point, or that was the reason why I wasn't using it every day, all the time, so anyway, so I was working at this job, and I had just gotten a new job, okay, and I gave my 2 weeks to this place, and I was like, man, this job I was getting, I was like, dude, I don't have any experience, I have no idea what I'm doing. I was like, I need to stop taking the morphine and just kind of get clear-headed. And then in my mind, I was like, and then I'll pick it up once I learn the job, I'll just pick right up and start taking morphine again. Because I thought morphine, when I was taking morphine, I thought it was this is the answer to life. That's what you think, especially when you're 19 or whatever, however old I was. I thought it was, I'm an idiot. So anyway, well, I shouldn't, whatever. It's a pretty, if you're dumb enough and you take morphine and you feel so great, like, it can just, man, it'll take you for the ride, man. It'll take you for a ride with Satan. Okay. All right, I need to move this along. I'm already 3 minutes in and I haven't even really started. Okay. All right. So yes, so here I am. So gave my 2 weeks, and I worked, I don't know, I had a week left, and I had stopped taking morphine, and man, I was like getting really sick. So I called in, I called in ended up calling in that whole freaking week. Because I kept thinking like, oh, I'll probably get better tomorrow, and then, I swear, dude, to this day, I know that they think I just was like, oh, he just bailed and whatever his last week of work. But I really didn't. That was not the plan. So anyway, so yeah, dude, so so I stopped taking the morphine. And I had a couple, I had a couple at home, okay? Because this is what's going to be a trip, and this is the truth, and there's something I remember specifically, but that I'll get to eventually. So yeah, I started getting freaking sick, dude. Achy, all the achy and the sweats, and I'm crapping my brains out, and and I'm just like, but then it goes, withdrawal goes beyond just like being like sick with the flu. It's like the flu times, whatever you want to times it by, plus hell, plus more hell, whatever you want to say. It sucks. So I'm getting sick as hell, and I'm sick for one day and then another day, and God, and it got to a point. I remember I told my wife, I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm dying. I mean, I seriously did. I felt like I was freaking dying. And I told her, I was like, I was like, I feel like I've been poisoned. I mean, I was like, I mean, it was, and so I started tripping too, you know, and I really did. I was like, dude, am I poisoned? I mean, because you like, it felt like death. I mean, it felt like, yes, sick, but just terrible. You know, we all know that. And morphine, oh, dude, you know, morphine's one of the real, just bad, you know, acute, just bad, intense, terrible. It's freaking terrible, dude. It's like heroin. It's fentanyl, so it's really bad. And when you don't know what's going on, dude. I hear about people. I've heard of people going to the ER when they're withdrawing and stuff, and I've always like kind of, you know, like, okay, and sometimes you got to do it because sometimes people know and they still do that, and it's like, come on, you know. I mean, you're not gonna die. I mean, I get it if you're like homeless and you're just crapping your brains and you're going to get dehydrated or something. I mean, you're not going to just be like, oh, you know, and keel over because you feel like you're going to die. That's for damn sure. But I kind of get it if you don't know what's going on kind of, or, you know, anyway. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I feel like I'm uppity, man. I got a little like solid sleep last night for me. You know, like, I don't know, 6.5, 7 hours, maybe 7 hours. Seriously, like it was really good. Anyway, so yeah, dude. I mean, I thought I was freaking gonna. I mean, I didn't know what was. I remember telling her, I was like, call your aunt, and I don't know why. I was just like, and just tell them my symptoms, and they're just like, yeah, you're really really sick, and I'm like, no, I'm like, there's like a darkness. I feel like I'm like I couldn't really explain it. But yeah, dude, not freaking knowing what was going on, it was scary. It really freaking was. But I'll tell you, so this is something I remember, and this is funny, looking back. And I was nauseous, you know, and stuff, you know, all the stuff. But I remember I was like thinking like, because, you know, morphine was the magic pill. It was the happy pill. It was the pill that made, I didn't hurt, you know, if you had a backache, oh, no, you don't, not anymore, you know, all that stuff. And so I thought about it, I was like, well, I have a few morphine pills. I was like, what if, I was like, maybe I should take some, maybe that would help. But I was feeling nauseous. And I was still at the early stages of my, you know, usage when like when I would take a lot, you know, I'd get nauseous, or you know, when not a, you know, I say a lot, but not a lot compared to what it got to, obviously. But you know, I'd take enough to where you kind of you're nauseous, but yet you feel great and like you don't really care, and then it kind of goes away, and then you're good. So when I thought of that, I thought like, no, if I take this morphine, I'm probably gonna start puking. You know, I don't know, dude. If I would have taken morphine, and because it would have just reversed everything that happened, you know, I've thought about it before. Like, would I have been like, oh my gosh, I need to not take this anymore? Probably not. I know I wouldn't, because here's the thing, dude. I freaking got clean and relapsed. I knew what hell there was to pay with. Using opiates and withdrawal stuff, and I still relapse. So yeah, it probably would have just, I don't know, started up a little sooner. I don't even know, whatever. So anyway, I don't know. Actually, I really don't feel like that was a great story. I really don't. To me, I don't feel like it was a great story. Or maybe I didn't tell it great, but yeah, dude, it was freaking nuts, dude. So anyway, I just thought it was kind of a funny, interesting thing. I don't know. V for victory. All right. God bless all y'all, and salute.